Good morning, y'all. Don't mind the mess in the background. I tried to get rid of most of it. I need shelves, that's what I need. But I have shelf space now. May have to organize all my books today. But today we've got the cats running wild. Put the light above my bed and now they have the light. I love my kitties. I spoil them rotten. Kitties! They're smart. They know where the light's coming from. And still there's like, I've got to catch it on the ground. Let's see a bigger screen. This whole time in this mini camera, you haven't heard a word I said. Said it's so caked with resin, I don't even have to. I could smoke on it for a week and it'd still be good. Jolly good. You want to hear? Listen. Do you hear that? Insane. I got this piece in April. I haven't cleaned it once. It's the only one I have left. I gave all my other pretty pieces away. Why do I need more than one? Well, it's not true. I have one more. It's a water bottle. Looks like a juice can. Juice bottle. So I run a minute. God's calling. Must answer. September 15th. Quiet strength. Rest in me. When tired nature rebels, it is her call for rest. Rest, then, until my life power flows through you. Have no fear for the future. Be quiet. Be still. And in that very stillness, your strength will come and will be maintained. The world sees strength in action. In my kingdom, it is known that strength lies in quiet. In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength. Such a promise. Such glorious fulfillment. The strength of peace and the peace of strength. Rest in me. Joy in me. Man, look at those eyes. Piercing today. Let's get a little closer. Close up on those eyes. Oh, even more closer. Those are some piercing eyes. What are they, green? Or are they blue? We wouldn't know. Only Webby can tell us that. Pam's not too clear. She's always a little bit fuzzy. It's okay. Things in life can be a bit fuzzy. Sometimes we need a little clarity. That's why we have a different perspective. But Webby's preoccupied with the cats right now, so we're not going to disturb him. We're going to load the medication into the bowl. Speaking of, we should read from this marijuana medical handbook. Somebody told me you're dwelling on it. Well, I'm not dwelling on something that is a nationwide movement. Those are other words to be used for that, like protest or support or I'm sure there's more. Oh, we're gonna do the name thing today. Have to work tonight from 3 to 6, but the name thing. I pulled up articles, guys. I pulled up articles about the different names of God, not just in Christianity, but in so many other ones. Speaking of Red Bull, I'll be right back. All right, we're back. We're back! And the time is crazy. Crazy times in the days of age. Interesting. Binging shows. I binge watch shows. Right now I'm binge watching Bones. Oh, don't tilt the camera. Look, here, Webby. Keep the focus on the kitties. Oh, and last night, yes, I did tell you guys, I broke my fast. Sadly. It was very sad. Don't know why. Let there be light! More light! These ones are dying. You can't even see them during the day. Can you? Oh, goodness, you can, but it barely sparkles. Something is missing from my wall. It's very disappointing. Indian givers. I'm going to give you this. Oh, you don't do what I want. Now I'm going to take it back. Talking to friends about school. That's what I'm doing. Talking to friends about school. Fancy rings. I've got a fancy ring now. Look at she. It's beautiful. Shiny. Married myself. I'm worthy. How do I know? God tells me I'm worthy. Just the way I am. Anybody who thinks different. Today. What's today? The 15th. Yep. Oh, because after God calls, Jesus always calls. Sorry, he was on vibrate today. September 15th. Rest in me, my child. This time devoted to me is meant to be peaceful, not stressful. You don't have to perform in order to receive my love. I have boundless, unconditional love for you. What did I just say? You're perfect just the way you are. You ain't got to do shit. So I pardon my language. Language is just a man-made thing. English is not my first language. I talk in spirit. But I do say we are to I have boundless, unconditional love for you. How? It grieves me to see my children working for love, trying harder and harder, yet never feeling good enough to be loved. My goodness. How do you know, Lord? How do you know these things? And it's just what I needed. Be careful that your devotion to me does not become another form of works. I want you to come into my presence joyfully and confidently. You have nothing to fear, for you wear my own righteousness. Gaze into my eyes. I'm gazing, Lord! I'm gazing! Just look into the nebula. They look like eyeballs. And you will see no condemnation, only love and delight in the one I see. Be blessed as my face shines radiantly upon you, giving you peace. You can read from the Bible in John 15:13, Zephaniah 3:17, and Numbers 6:25 and 26. They all give you supporting messages for what was just written in there. Well, not just written, but Sarah Young put this together on her own interpretations. Gave you scriptures. All right. Now. Woo. I have a message. Not for you, for me. Ooh, those are long. again, messaging about school. I want to go back to school. I really do. I want to go back to school, but I was this close to going back to school for nursing. This close. All this shit fucked it all up. Passionate. Yes, I'm passionate about it. I want to go back to school. I want to be a nurse. That's not going to happen where I'm living right now, is it? There's no schools close by. You can't really go to school online for nursing. Let me tell you what, there's labs you actually have to go in person and do. Can't do that without a car, and I can't drive for at least 6 more months. No, I probably don't need the Red Bull, but I really do, because it's fake energy versus liquid fake energy. It's the B12 in here that gives you the most energy, and the B6. Did you know you get B12 vitamins from onions? Onions! Stick them to the soles of your feet will absorb it. While you're sick, put socks on, put lather your feet in honey, stick onions to the bottom of your feet, stick socks on. Good honey though, not bad honey, not processed honey. All right. What marijuana does. This book's outdated because some of it's legal now. This was in 2008. It's quite old. All right. Marijuana is primarily a psychoactive or consciousness-altering drug. Therapeutically, its effects are wide-ranging and substantial, while physical side effects are modest and often negligible. Marijuana acts primarily through a family of chemicals known as cannabinoids. The most prominent and psychoactive of these is delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, or THC. It's a long word. THC's primary site of action is the brain. No, really. Particularly the higher brain centers that affect consciousness. Hence why in some religions they use marijuana as a consciousness opening resource. Cannabinoid receptors are concentrated especially in the hippocampus. Let's look and see where the hippocampus is. I'm gonna do some cool research. I love research. Research. Oh yeah. What I'm looking. Oh. Where is the hippocampus? Yep, located. Thank you, Google. You're wonderful. I love how you read my brain. In the middle part of the temporal lobe, deep within the brain. They say that temporal lobe is where the Ark of the Covenant is. It is. I just want the picture. Can we just get the picture, please? Can I zoom? Forget how to zoom. It's like some kind of F function. I'm not computer savvy at all. No, what? Don't click on that. All right. We're going to see what you see. You're going to see what I see. Hold on. Here we go. Flip to this one. This is, okay. This is deep, where they just slice the brain in half, okay? The hippocampus is this thing right here. Looks like a little veiny thing, like an umbilical cord from your amygdala to your the basal ganglia. Okay? So the amygdala is memory and decision making and emotional responses. This little green like pea-like thing right here. And then the hippocampus is this like umbilical cord thing, connects to it, and that does memory and navigation. Okay? And that's where it says that cannabinoid receptors are concentrated, especially in this hippocampus right here, which affects the higher functions of memory, feelings, and action. It just says memory. Right there, memory. Awesome. By acting on these higher brain systems, marijuana produces some of its most striking medicinal benefits, affecting perception of pain, mood, hunger, and muscle control. If I don't smoke, I don't eat. If I don't smoke, I get really bad anxiety. Marijuana may also produce more subtle medical effects through direct action on bodily tissues, such as immune system cells. Makes sense. I have an autoimmune disorder, and when I don't smoke marijuana, when I stopped smoking marijuana when I was younger, I started shitting blood. Yeah, that word again. Shitting. I think it's just fun to say. Poop. Such pooping blood. That's just funny to say. Not fun. Funny. Alright. Go back to the screen. Oh, what did you do, Wolf? What did you do? You knocked it over? Why'd you knock it over? Child summoning Bill Cipher in the background. That's scary. I don't think you could fit in it. Wolf. Wolf boy, I don't think you can fit in it. Let's fix that for him, shall we? Up, yep, up. There you go. Right. Marijuana users commonly report pleasurable sensations. After all, that's why people use it recreationally. No, really. There are also people who find it makes them uncomfortable. In practice, the effects on different people and in different circumstances vary depending on individual treatments, physiology, mood, and the famous set and setting defined by Dr. Timothy Leary, the initial mindset of the user and the surrounding in which the user gets high. Yes. Here are some of those commonly reported impressions of being high on cannabis. Heightened attentiveness to sensory stimuli, especially touch, taste, food, or sound. Heightened interest in food and in music. Free flow of ideas in rapid, loose, dreamlike succession. Mild hallucinations with a double consciousness. That some resemblances or connections are perceived, not real. Disruption of concentration and short-term memory. A sense of floating, lightheadedness or dizziness, and or sense of heaviness in the trunk and limbs. Hyperactivity, restlessness, hilarity, talkativeness for the first hour or two, followed by sleeplessness or torpor after 2 to 6 hours. Let me know if you guys relate to any of this. Subjective time expansion, a tendency to overestimate the amount of time that has passed. Yep. Wow. I did do that when I was younger. Impaired executive decision-making and coordination, especially when performing complex tasks. Confusion, difficulty expressing thought in words, and slurred speech. A lot of these I don't get. I get the, I always did say it was a medical for me, and I get more of the medical benefits and don't really get much of the high benefits anymore. Interesting. Oh, one more little section maybe. Oh, Addiction. Marijuana is not physically addictive. When experts compare marijuana with alcohol, nicotine, cocaine, opiates, caffeine, and other psychoactive drugs, they rank it at or near the bottom of the list in terms of dependency, reinforcement, and withdrawal potential. Still, like every human pleasure, the use of marijuana can be strongly habit forming for a certain minority. About 10% of recreational users have trouble controlling their use. Interesting. I may actually want to read this more on my own. There's facts in here, good and bad facts, for all you doubters out there. Teaches you how to cook. Methods of smoking. Joints, pipes, water pipes and bongs, vaporizers. This lady's got, what is she? A volcano vaporizer. Interesting. It's a bag. It's a volcano. Never heard of one of those before. Interesting. Oh, growing. Now, out of all the books that I could have gotten from my mother, she gave me. Oh, pickings. Little pickings. Kitties aren't in here anymore. So. No more kitty cam. Bob Ross is online. Good morning, good morning. That's one of the songs my mom used to sing to me. It's time to wake and rise. Good morning, good morning. I hope you're feeling fine. I'm going to put a song on in a few minutes and sing to you guys. It's going to sound horrible. I'm still going to post it. Some girl, oh my God, guys. I came back from church yesterday and some girl stopped me and she goes, will you rate my singing on a scale from 1 to 10? This girl is 10 years old. Okay. She just walked up to me. She doesn't really know me. I mean, she's seen me around. She walked up to me. Can you rate my singing on a scale from 1 to 10? And she sang. And she was scared. And I was like, I'm not going to look at you. You don't have to be scared. Because I know how it is, right? So I'm leaning against a tree and I'm listening to her. And in my brain, I'm like, dude, I'm going to give her a 9.5 just to make her feel good. My brain said, no. She wants you to be honest with her. What's your honest opinion? And I was like, okay, it's 8.5, depending on how old she is. It's 10. She's 8.5. Girl is good. She got some pipes on her. And if she keeps it up, she could be better than I was. And everybody used to always tell me, you're so good. I didn't think I was, I still don't think I'm that great, but she's got a little bit of a lisp she needs to work on and her confidence. But damn, she good. And I let her know that too. I said, I'll give you an 8.5, and this is why. You need more confidence. You're a little bit shaky. Your age, and you don't have any proper, like formal training. Telling her I sing my whole life. And she could be better than I am. I was, whatever. Are you lovely ladies and gentlemen out there? I wear a size 6 and a size 7. How are my ring fingers different sizes? How do I have 2 different personalities? Or more. Weird day. Again, do I need the Red Bull? Probably not. But I have to stay positive, or I will lay in bed all day. And I will cry. And I will eat ice cream. Don't give them satisfaction, dearie. Don't give them your power. Are you the king of the Jews? They asked him. Kind of ironic situation occurred in Mark 15, 1 through 5. I'm going to read it in a minute, but I'm going to read the little reflection. This is the Seventh-day Adventist Quarterly. Pontius Pilate was the governor of Judah from AD 26 to AD 36. He was not a kind leader, and a number of his actions caused consternation among the inhabitants of the land. Compare with Luke 13:1. The Jewish trial of Jesus resulted in a death sentence for blasphemy. But under Roman rule, the Jews could not execute people in most cases, and so they brought Jesus to Pilate for condemnation. The charge against Jesus before Pilate is not mentioned, but it is possible to ascertain the charge based on the brief question that Pilate asked Jesus, "Are you the king of the Jews?" in Mark 15:2. In the Old Testament times, Israel anointed its king, so it is not hard to see how the term Messiah, or anointed one, could be twisted into claiming homage as a king in competition with the emperor. Thus, the charge brought before the Sanhedrin was blasphemy, while the charge brought before the governor was sedition, which would lead to death. The irony is that Jesus is both the Messiah and the King of the Jews. His convictions for blasphemy and sedition were mistaken. He should have received homage and worship instead. Yet Jesus still acts in a kingly manner. He responds to Pilate, "You've said so." Mark 15:2 is non-committal. He does not deny the title or affirm it. This response may suggest that he is a king, but of a different sort. Compare with John 18:33-38. In Mark 15:6 introduces into the narrative a custom of releasing a prisoner at the time of the Passover. In Mark 15:9, Pilate asks if they want him to release the king of the Jews. And though he might have meant it ironically, the irony is really playing out against him. Mark 15:9 and 10 is a study in perception and imperception. Pilate perceives that the religious leaders turn over Jesus because of envy, but he does not perceive that by asking the crowd, he is playing into the hands of the religious leaders. They stir up the crowd and call for Jesus' crucifixion. Pilate recoils. Crucifixion was such a terrible way to die, particularly for one he considered innocent. How painfully ironic that the pagan governor wanted to release the Messiah, while the religious leaders wanted him crucified. How can you keep from following the crowd when the pressure is great to do so? Like what I'm doing right now. Do you think people really want to hear these messages? Do you think people really want to hear how all the different religions are connected? No! They want to stay separated. They want to keep us separated. Why? Because it's easier to control us. I'm telling you, the truth will set us free. The truth. That we're all united. We are all one and the same. It's all about perspective. What did that just say? Perspective. Perception. God, I need you to send me more Bible studies that are based around other holy books, like the Holy Quran. If this be your will that I spread the message of all these different religions and how they are connected, I need you to bring these into my life, as you have brought with the Hindu beliefs and the Hermetic principles. I need a way to read the Holy Quran so that others can understand that book too. Sorry, Lord, it just came into me, and I need to ask it out loud. Because what we say out loud has power. Mark 15, 1 through 15. And straightway in the morning, the chief priests held a consultation with the elders and scribes in the holy council, and bound Jesus and carried him away and delivered him to Pilate. And Pilate asked him, Art thou the king of the Jews? And answering he said unto him, Thou sayest it. And the chief priest accused him of many things, but he answered nothing. And Pilate asked him again, saying, Answerest thou nothing? Behold, how many things they witness against thee. But Jesus yet answered nothing, so Pilate marveled. Now at the feast he released unto them one prisoner, whomsoever they desired, and there was one named Barabbas, who lay bound with those who had made insurrection with him, and who had committed murder in this insurrection. And the multitude, crying aloud, began to ask Pilate to do as he had never done unto them. But Pilate answered them, saying, Will ye that I release unto you the king of the Jews? For he knew that the chief priests had delivered him out of envy, but the chief priests moved the people, that he should rather release Barabbas unto them. And Pilate answered and said again unto them, What will ye then that I shall do unto him who ye call the king of the Jews? And they cried out again, Crucify him. And then Pilate said unto them, Why? What evil hath he done? And they cried out the more vehemently, Crucify him! And so Pilate, willing to satisfy the people, released Barabbas unto them, and delivered Jesus. And when he had scourged him, to be crucified. They released a murderer to murder their king. Now on to a joke. Because jokes lighten the air. That was a bit hard to take in. Even my child cries about that. Why'd they have to kill him? I wish he was alive so I could hang out with him. Why can't Jesus be a baby anymore? My son came home. Mom, you have to believe in Jesus because the crown of thorns is real. What? Yes, I know. Hello? I know. And then I told him. We looked up what the crown of thorns looked like, and I told him the story. And he cried. Why did he have to die, Mom? Why? He cries all the time. I don't know if I'm going to heaven or not, Mom. Am I 50-50? Am I 50 good and 50 bad? Where would I go? Do you love God? Yeah. Do you believe in Jesus? Yeah. Well, then you're safe. At this point, that's it. He's a child. He's an innocent. Yes, children have sinned, because we all have sinned. How can you say a child has sinned? Even an infant. It cries. There's nothing really wrong with it. It just cries because it needs you. It needs attention. What do we do when we are alone? We cry out to God. We need attention. It's not a sin. Somebody told me that one time, and I'm like, what? Are you kidding? A baby can sin? They're lying to you. There's nothing wrong. It just wants you there. Yeah! There's studies that show if you don't give the child attention, that stuff happens. They just don't grow right. They don't survive very long. Speaking of growing, the Stoics say that a garden is not for show. First practice, not letting people know who you are. Keep your philosophy to yourself for a bit. If I had a fight with a man, where would I hit him first? Right in the schnoz. Right in the face. Why, you think I'm gonna kick him in the nuts? That's a low blow. But why would I want to fight a man? Why would I want to fight anybody? The only reason I'd be hitting a man is because somebody be hitting me. I would... I'll slow down. If I got into a fight, which usually doesn't happen, but if I did and I had to defend myself, I would hit him in the nose. Right in the nose. As hard as I can. I want to break that sucker, just make it bleed. Because if you hit somebody in the nose hard enough, you're going to make their eyes water and you're going to make the nose bleed. And then you can run away. Or you can just knock him down. In today's day and age, if you keep wailing on him after you already hit him once, well, why would I want to keep hitting him? I mean, I have a book on self-defense. And I'll read it and use it when I need to. But I don't need to right now. My second hit. After the nose, I'll probably stomp on his feet. Take the butt of my heel and smash it down on the top of his foot. Not his toes, but like the top of his foot. Right where the toes meet the foot. Crack that. And then they got a bloody nose, and they're gonna lean forward because their foot hurt, and then you can knee them in the face. Knee them. Whoosh. By that time, you should be good. Like, they should. That's what I think. Yeah. I mean, you could try to kick them in the nuts, but most guys have been kicked in the nuts so much when they were younger that it doesn't hurt so much. And if they're really like trying to get at you, they're just gonna hold them for a second and then they're gonna be like, "Argh!" But if they're bleeding, their eyes are running, and then they can't walk because their feet don't work. Yes, I did when I was younger. That's why I say it's a low blow. And I've done it multiple times. I felt really bad the first time because it was a kid that was, he liked me and I liked him, but he was picking on me and I didn't like him picking on me. So I just kicked him as hard as I could and I felt so bad. He puked. So bad. And then I was dating this guy one time and his brother was calling me names. And I was like, "Are you going to defend me?" And he's like, "No, you got this." And so I went and I kicked him, but I didn't actually make contact. It was just like a tap. And sometimes those hurt worse. And yeah. But it's a low blow, to be honest. I mean, come on. Just being honest here. It's a low blow. Not too many times. And let me tell you, getting kicked in the wazoo, for girls, it ain't that great either. It hurts too. Because if you think about it, we got a little tiny peepee down there. The little, like, the clitoris. It actually is like a teeny tiny miniature penis covered up with a hood. It hurts when you get kicked. It's usually the tip of my shoe. Well, it's usually the tip of my foot, like my toes. Why are we talking about kicking balls? Once I get my sorry, again, you on YouTube, you won't see this chat because I don't have it embedded yet. I gotta figure that out, man. I got messages. My toes. The tips of my toes. The tips of my toes, like my shoes. But once I get my life figured out, does anybody ever have their life figured out, really? Need to learn this. Let's learn the holds, blocks, and hits that will neutralize an opponent quickly and effectively, defend against a knife attack, bayonet thrust, and pointed gun, and beat multiple attackers without getting hurt. It's got defensive elbow strikes, cross punch, lead hand punch, hooked punch, a bunch. We're just gonna I'm gonna flash through this and you can pause on sections and see what they're doing. Bots? Who's a bot? I'm not a bot. I'm a real person. Oh, boys. Yeah. Ain't always good. I really can't say much about boys. was the last time I kicked a boy's balls? I don't know. It's been a while. Wait. I gotta put the cat cam back on, guys. The boys are wrestling. Oh, those are not the boys. That is Miss Trixie and Wolf. And she's down for the count. Is she gonna get back up? No, she ran down the hallway. No, after high school. I think I was like 19. So 24 years ago, I think. No. Like 14. I don't know. I'm 35 now. You do the math. I'm horrible at math right now. No, those were my barefoot. We need to learn some staff fighting. Oh, the fighters are gone. They're done. I can barely see them. Yeah, I love bare feet. I'm a big old hippie. I'd rather run around with bare feet than shoes. I hate shoes. Fuck shoes, man. They stink. You absorb the material in which your feet are in. Well, so wear socks. Yeah, then you're absorbing whatever material the socks are made out of. Oh, thanks. I love you too. Basic Wing Chun training. These are all books that I just recently got from my mom, and I want to learn these things, man. 3 kicks. The stomp kick. The shin kick. That one looks like, oh, that's a gut kick. I think I stomped nuts. I would never do that. No. Last one I remember was the nut tap. Tap. The Tao of Wing Chun. Yes, I have the basics of Wing Chun and I have the Tao of Wing Chun. Ho. Hu. Wing Chun fundamental horse. Oh. Cats are gone. Look, it even gives you the upward angle so you can see what they're doing. That's super cool. I literally, there we go. I literally want to take part of my brain, out, clone it. Kind of like they did with Sally. Of course, Sally was tall and skinny. Well, do you want the Earth answer or do you want my real answer? Where am I from? I can give you both, actually. I'm earthly, I'm 35. And I like to say I come from the synapse in the mind of the all. The tip of the synapse in the mind of the all. But originally I come from Libby, Montana. I'm a country girl. No, not really. I was born under a rock in Libby, Montana. Currently, I am still in Montana, but on the other side of the Montana. Let's give you a hint. The town in which I live in is also a town in Australia. I like to do different accents. Oh, so cool. I had to call Amazon. Currently not right now. I don't have the space. Well, that's not true. I'm not an expert, but I can show you what I got. Okay, I'm gonna switch to this king. Well, it depends on how high you want to kick. You kick low, that's like the shin kick, or the foot kick, and the shin kick, gut. And then you can get higher to up. That's like shoulder head area. Those were some kicks for you. I really need to figure out how to get the text on the screen. Because I post these videos to YouTube, see, and not everybody knows what I'm chatting. Yeah, but that's as far. I don't have space up here. No space close up. Not very close. Too close to camera, and then the other one is say too far. But you see, long distance, you see the body shot. Okay. What else I read? Oh, I do read tarot cards. Let's read our tarot card for today. Actually, this one's the wisdom of the oracle. And then, yes, that is because that's where my bed is. I can't move bed. It's there, stationary, no move. You had to have seen it. No tip. What? And my foot was pointed. My toe was pointed. I show you. I did. Rewind video. Excuse me. Well, how is this? I will try to stop making videos on Wing Chun. We will learn that together, you and I. Follow me, like and subscribe. Hit that follow on Twitch. That's where you're watching from. And we will be back. But right now we are undoing scriptures. And I'm going to end this stream soon, shortly, after I read this card, because we're at the hour mark. And if I make them too long, people don't tend to watch the whole video. And my belly hurts. Oh, it's yelling at me like, "Rawr. Hello." It's hollow. It says, "Hello, I am empty, feed me." Oh, and I was going to share a song with you.
Put the charger in my room next time.
Don't yell at me.
Put the charger in my room next time.
You say what? Here's the charger.
No, you're plugging it in.
Excuse me. Don't be rude to me, please. This is going on YouTube. Do you want people to think that you're mean to your mom? You have to get that boy. I cannot. Doing this. Show us the card for the day. Show us what to focus on. Observer. Ow. It was my belly saying hello. There was a big old air bubble hollowness in there. Ow. It was like hard, like a basketball. But that's a tiny, like, yeah, baseball. Cats. They're scary. Yeah. Observer. Perspective, objectivity, neutral observation from a distance. The Oracle's message: most people see the world through a personal lens. They closely identify with their feelings and experiences, so much so that they come to believe that these are the only reality. Today is all about perspective. There are times when you need distance in order to gain perspective and understand your circumstances from a mere neutral vantage point. Now is one of those times in your life. This is a perfect moment for you to begin to do some exploring. Instead of only considering yourself, consider what you need to understand about the conditions, people, culture, and environment you're engaged with now. You'll be so happy you did. Illumination is the miracle you seek and will indeed find. Relationship message. Sometimes you just can't see the forest for the trees in your way. Feelings can get all jumbled up, and often you hear one thing when a person says another. It can be like an echo of an unresolved past experience dubbed over your conversation. Take time out before you react. It's likely the other person has no idea how his or her words have affected you. Take a few steps back and lend understanding to the situation. Have faith in your connection and trust that you can come together. Take to higher ground now and cultivate curiosity about what you observe in yourself and in others and in the landscape. You will find things much improved sooner than you know. Prosperity message.
It is an adventurous time for you to get some distance from what you're doing and see your work and your projects from a different perspective. The trick is to connect to the essence of your goals and aspirations while letting the form and timing be dictated by spirit. You may be too personally attached to an outcome and unable to see the miracle because it's not turning out exactly as you planned. Trust spirit. The perfect version of your abundance is right in front of you. Remain neutral and curious. and watch the miracle unfold.
Protective message. Ever think sometimes your life options are suction cup to your face and you can't see beyond yourself? There's a big world out there, a multitude of potential realities that you're unable to perceive at present. So you're a little stuck. It's time to get advice from someone you trust, someone who has a better perspective on your circumstances. Other points of view are very needed now before you move forward. Take heart. A beautiful vista is waiting for you to drink it in. You just need a little help widening your scope beyond your small self. Whoa. You felt that message was for you? Leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know if you're getting anything from these lessons, or if it's just me babbling and you watching. If that's the case, I mean, that's okay too, but let me know, guys. Is the message really coming across? Or are you just watching for entertainment? This is the way. Peace be with you.